I know you see somehow.
Wrong show.
Hello, people. What up? What up? It is Otaku Scoop.
You said that like I think Otaku Scoop is a person.
Okay, welcome once again to Otaku Scoop. It is your host, Lola. And of course, with me is my co-host,
Banana Warrior. And Lola has been watching too much wrestling. Because what is your host? Are we about to fight for?
I feel like that was giving more of a radio show host than wrestling.
Yeah, speaking of wrestling, WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is okay. Okay, you know what? Anyway, we have talked about several anime topics, but there's one thing that a lot of anime fans are very focused on when it comes to anime, and that's the power systems. People are always going on about whether Nen is the best, or if it's the sorcery in JJK or devil fruits, ninjutsu.
Chakra. How could you leave chakra for the last? I feel like that's the most reasonable.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
Not the spiritual pressure / bankai thing.
No, those two actually are reasonable. They're fairly reasonable.
Exactly.
There are some that are not reasonable. I'm sorry.
Like what?
Like jujutsu. I'm sorry. It just makes not much sense to me that.
You see,
what is curse energy?
The thing about Jujutsu and the curse energy is that it's a very interesting power system. Just like Nen, it's just very hard to understand, especially if you're reading the manga. Because half the time I don't know what I'm reading, so I just keep going to the parts where people die. Moving on.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. How about that? I don't know. I don't feel like it's that bad.
I don't understand.
Like it's very. I would say I don't understand though, or it's confusing. It's just funny. Because
it's not like it's
what is curse energy?
That's what I'm saying. When you see people with different type of curse energies and curse what they call it again, skills in the future in the anime, you'll start to understand that this is supposed to make a lot of sense. If only I understood how it works.
They have like reverse curse energy for healing. I'm like, wow. Why did you just call that bless energy? Me.
You see, now that would make sense because it's like the opposite of curse.
DJ Khaled will be proud.
Another one. God did. I'm just saying random stuff that he said. And of course, we can't leave out My Hero Academia. I mean, it's literally centered around people having superpowers, quirks. Yeah. If you may.
Or actually, something like One Punch Man is centered around people having superpowers.
And then My Hero Academia is the quirk stuff.
Yeah, sorry, superheroes and all.
Superheroes.
My Hero Academia has a good power. What's the power system?
The thing about the power, the thing about the power system in My Hero Academia is that it's very skewed, or what do I even call it? It's not balanced.
It's not.
It's very mean to some people.
Yeah, actually.
If you really think about it, because I mean, people keep saying like all powers are useful, but are they?
Yeah, nope.
Are they? Not. I mean, there was that dude with the spray, the spray can head, or what's it even called? Oh my god, you didn't see? There was this particular kid whose head is literally shaped like a spray nozzle.
Is he in their class?
It's not in their class.
Thank God I didn't even see him.
And now imagine having a child, and they say quirks become very obvious when you're around the ages of 4 and something. So let's say he came out looking normal, and then all of a sudden one day his head turned into a spray nozzle.
That's actually, now that I think about it, the whole quirk thing is very
It's
funny.
very weird.
It's very weird.
That's why I was thinking about the Invisible Girl. I keep wondering, they say the quirks become, obvious around the age of 4. Of course, if it's like quirks that affect your physiology, some of them are born that way and then figure out their powers as they go. So was she born invisible? Or did she just turn invisible one day when she was 4? And how would that even work? How would you even know there's a baby?
Asking the real questions. Are you sure she was the only one? What if she had a twin?
Exactly, and then the doctors dropped the twin because they couldn't see the twin.
What if? Oh no, that's too dark. I'm not going down.
Let's not do the childbirth thing. Let's do the 4-year. Imagine you had a 4-year-old daughter, cute, adorable. One day she disappears,
and you never see her again for the rest of your life.
I mean, what if it happened when she was at a park with her parents, and then she got lost, and then they go home, they can't find their daughter. There's like missing posters everywhere, but no one ever sees her again.
And that's so dark. Wow.
I'm just saying,
I never thought about
these quirks are very weird, very very weird. I mean, there's this particular character, is it Koda, from the My Hero class?
Does he shoot sellotape?
No, the one that talks. The one that talks to insects.
To animals.
Yeah.
Animals. That's
why is his head shaped like a heel? I'm sorry. Okay, you can talk to animals. That is fine.
Well, actually,
but why does he have to look like that? What has his look got to do with? What has his look got to do with talking to animals? And exactly, Tokuyami can control dark shadow. Why is his head shaped like a bird?
Asking the real questions, actually. Horikoshi needs to answer some of these. That guy that can shoot sellotape. If you think, I don't know how they are trying to make. Seru. Yeah. I mean, bro. How they are trying to make him relevant, I don't know. It's so very funny
because I'm like, dude is just throwing tape,
bro.
Who is he, Spider-Man?
You're relevant in like from JS1 to SS3. Like that's the time where you're relevant. Anything beyond the classroom, and bro, you're just not it. You're not him. I'm sorry.
I mean, you could tape like captured criminals while they wait for the police.
That's
But like, unless his tape has the power to maybe stop them from using their quirks or something.
Tape. Like,
exactly. I feel like they could rip the tape. So what is the use? And if he's in a plane, somewhere where there are no tall buildings for him to swing from with his tape, what is he gonna do?
Why is he even swinging with his tapes? Like, who is going to clean up after him? Who does he think he is, Spider-Man? Just leaving sellotape everywhere.
You see, there are a lot of ridiculous quirks in My Hero Academia. A lot of very stupid quirks. And these quirks are not just, reserved for the side characters. Because you'd think everybody in class 1A would have this special quirk that sets them apart from the rest. But a lot of them are useless as well.
Can you name a few? Mineta.
I swear to God, when I found out what Mineta's quirk was, I kept asking myself, okay, how are they going to make this useful?
Well, he's thrown his head.
Yeah, I know. They figured out how to make it useful because they were very sticky. They explained how the balls are like balls.
Very sticky balls. It doesn't help that Mineta is the character.
Exactly, he's a pervert and his power is literally sticky balls.
I mean, bro.
I just realized that.
That's so wrong. Well, actually, the rest of them, there's this guy. The one thing that I like that they did, I think one thing that the guy Horikoshi is doing is that even though the powers are seeming weird, he's still trying his best to make them
use
useful.
them in battles and make them seem useful.
Yeah, when I first saw that guy, I never said Leorio. What's his real name? I know Lemillion.
Which one?
Lemillion. I don't know his name.
Mario. I said Mario.
I don't know.
Oh God, what
Lemillion is what is. I'm just calling him Lemillion.
Yeah, the dude with the
power.
Yeah.
When I first saw his powers, I was like, Like when they were explaining, I was thinking, oh, this guy's finna be the Obito, but then his own is more detailed than Obito's own, because when he's intangible, light passes through him, air passes through him, he can't breathe, he can't see, and all that. I'm like, this is like a handicap. But when he's fighting, it's like this.
And it's how he's so good at holding his breath. For me, it's like, okay, you're very focused on that. If it was me, I'd get stuck on the ground and die.
No, he can't get stuck on the ground actually, because anytime he materializes, anywhere he materializes on pushes him out. I think he explained that one.
He explained that. You see, I wasn't even listening to most of those explanations. I was just watching there. It's like what happens when they're explaining Nen. It's like, I know they're saying words and these words mean something.
Everybody talks about Nen.
No, you know one thing, I actually understand Nen more than I understand curse energy in JJK.
Yeah, and then it makes more sense.
Because when they're explaining curse energy, I'm like, okay, this is going to do this and that is going to do that. Those are words. And I see words.
And that's all.
And that's all.
But yeah, one thing with Nen that I did, I don't know, it was cool, but the whole limiters thing was very, I mean, come on, bro. I didn't really get that. I didn't really understand the more limit you place, the stronger it becomes, that kind of
stuff. I think the thing I love about Nen is that it's something you have to work to get. You practice Nen to get that energy. It's not something that you're just born with. You just magically have Nen. You just wake up one morning and they're like, oh, this kid has a lot of Nen. You work for it. And of course there are limits for some people. But at the same time, nobody just gets Nen out of the blue. Not like the quirks in My Hero Academia.
Yeah, true. I was going to say that if two people have Nen, like if two people now place limits on themselves, like who is going to win the fight? I don't know if that question makes sense. Let me try and restructure it. Let's say me and you are fighting.
You will win.
We are both I couldn't possibly win against a woman of your stature and class.
You will win.
Immense wisdom and
I'm
battle
weak.
IQ.
Look at this wrist.
But anyway,
it would just break.
If two guys are fighting, me and you are fighting, for instance, and we are both name users, and then I place conditions on my abilities and you place conditions on your abilities, who is to decide which condition is more severe, and then who then is stronger than the other person? I don't know if you get what I mean.
See,
that's that question with Nen.
I want to get what you mean, but we'll just have to ask Togashi or something.
Let's say now me and you are fighting. We're both Nen users, the same type. We train for the same amount of time, and I'm like, okay, my condition is that I will only use this ability to fight.
You mean like Kurapika's condition,
like
the one he set on himself?
Or my condition is that I will not eat spaghetti again for the rest of my life.
They explained it that the stakes are what matters, though.
Yeah,
but depends on what you're putting on the line.
But then what if I say I will not eat spaghetti and then you say you will not eat rice? Who is to determine that, okay, spaghetti and rice,
see, it depends on the person. If I'm the kind of person who is very used to eating a lot of rice, like it's part of my routine diet and it's something I have to get rid of, then the condition of mine is higher because it's something that is already like a part of me. And for you, spaghetti could just be something you eat once in a while, so it wouldn't really matter much to you anyway. It's a small condition.
Yeah, I get what you mean, and you're explaining from like the view of somebody that sees that I don't like spaghetti that much.
But if we both care about these two types of food equally,
not even
then
equally.
It will all come down to who is more skilled and who has like more Nen reserve. Because if you notice, there's Nen reserve. A lot of people have more Nen than others.
Yeah.
Some of them run out faster. Some people have less endurance. Why am I explaining this like I even know what it means?
Right, I watched Hunter a while ago.
But I rewatched Hunter recently, so yay! It was like I got a refresher course.
You should be more knowledgeable in these topics. Anywho, back to My Hero Academia.
Back to My Hero Academia. It's funny to me because like the same power system that gave someone like Endeavor his power, like his fire power, is the same power system that gave this dude. Who would I even talk about now? Who's just not as good or relevant or okay? What's the quirk of Izuku's mom?
I don't know. I don't think she had it.
I think she can make things float. No.
I haven't seen.
Uraraka.
Yeah, they just use Uraraka now, like floats. Yeah. I mean, it's all just random. It's like someone just dips their hands in the bag and whoop. It's like the Champions League draw.
I mean, you could either win like a cell phone or...
I mean, you could get Bayern, Man City, Madrid and Chelsea on one side and Napoli and other flops on the other side.
Funny thing, Napoli is going to win the Champions League this season.
That's what one guy said, but we're not here to discuss.
They're going to win. You heard it here first.
No, I don't think they heard it here
Not
first.
You. Whoever's listening right now. Emmanuel, I'm talking to you. You heard it here first.
Bro, any sane person would have heard it elsewhere. I mean, who would come to an anime podcast hoping to hear Champions League?
But it's true. Like, it's too unfair. And then again, it's like this system was created for chaos. Like whatever started the quirk system is basically just built to lead up to destruction of the world, the destruction of the world. Because you can't just throw out these powers at people. People are always going to be different. There's always going to be people who use it for like bad things.
But then again, if you reason it, that's how it is. Whether quirks or no quirks, that's still how it is now. Like everybody has things that they can do. And some people decide to use these things for like good.
For example, it's the same way not everybody deserves fame and not everybody deserves money because some people use them to do bad things.
Exactly. It's like money is their quirk.
Yeah, except like money is just money,
And then there's people like us
who are broke.
Quirkless. No quirks for us. Where were we when they were sharing the quirks?
But if I wanted a quirk though, I think the one I would be leaning more toward is... You see, I thought I had it, but then now I'm rethinking because no, I've actually thought about it, and I was leaning towards Todoroki because I really love like the ice and fire thing. Yeah, the two quirk thing. But then now I'm starting to look at other quirks. Like that spray nozzle guy is very tempting.
I think Midoriya. I used to like Todoroki's quirks, but I don't know. They've turned him into. I don't know if it's better in this current season.
Everything is better in the current My Hero season. That's just
because last season he was just there. He was just like
No,
bro, he didn't do shit.
Like, the thing about My Hero Academia is that there was season 1, fire, season 2, fire, season 3, good, season 4, good, season 5, I don't know what the fuck was going on there.
That wasn't that bad.
No, to be honest, season 5 was like, it was like there was this build up in all the other seasons, and then season 5 was just and then we got season 6, we just threw us back up, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. I almost dropped you, but I held on, and I believe in you again.
Oh, that's cute. Well, yeah, Todoroki, no. I like Bakugo's. The thing
yeah,
I don't
it's
like
the
about
whole
Bakugo's,
sweat thing,
Yeah, I don't like the fact that sometimes he does a huge explosion and then people are like, a building is destroyed, but then when he puts his palm on somebody and does the exact same jutsu,
it's not
that
jutsu.
person is just okay. It's like, oh my god, you exploded me, but nah, don't worry, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Take me to
I also
prison
have
now.
a question. It's like, do people who have quirks have this kind of weird resistance to certain attacks? Because like, unless they're specified that, okay, this person can resist this, they have hard skin, they can do this. Normal explosions like Bakugo's should kill multiple people when he does that.
I mean,
but yet when he does it, it's like they just get hurt, they get roasted. You see this like dark lines that shows that a character is where they don't just die from these things. I don't like it.
That's one thing I used to like with Naruto. I loved that thing about Naruto before, until they just changed to Dragon Ball on steroids, and it's like
nah, I hate that shit in One Piece.
I hate that thing in Naruto now.
I hate it in One Piece.
But before,
I just realized that
in Naruto, if you got hit with the Rasengan, we knew the fight was over. If they did a regular fire style and it hit you, you would get burnt. Even Itachi got burnt by fire style, normal regular fire style. And like, okay, you have to be careful to dodge all.
Yeah, because that's what shows that the moves are powerful.
Exactly.
But if you're not getting hurt, it's like, okay, nothing is happening. Like, one thing I hate about One Piece, I don't know if it's just the anime, because when I read the manga, it's like there's a lot more damage when you're reading it. But then when you're watching the anime, it's like, okay, you're telling me Zoro uses this sword to like cut buildings apart, and then he uses it on a person, and then they just get blown away, and you don't see them sliced into pieces. I am looking for gore. I need you to, spill some intestines and show me that something is popping out.
But the worst, do you know the worst? What? The one where there was blood, but this same thing used to happen for some unknown reason. God of High School. Oh my god. When I was reading the manhwa, anytime I just reach a place I don't want to fight, I just skip the entire fight, because I know it's nonsense. They will just be kicking each other, kick, break building, break this one.
Yeah, it's like
kicks are
okay, for example,
like, why are you kicking him?
You kick someone so hard, the building behind them explodes, and then this person is just standing there.
I'm like, bro.
I'm like, okay.
And he's like, okay, I'm going to kick him again.
What the hell destroyed the building? No, it can't be that kick. You can't tell me it was that kick. It doesn't make sense.
I think it's so annoying, because at the end, the fight always leads up to one point where the good guy and the bad guy do their ultimate moves at each other, and it's like boom, and then one overpowers the other.
Not gonna lie, unless you're expecting a death in God of High School, it doesn't actually happen. Like, the deaths in God of High School are very obvious. It's like, this is going to happen, and so it happens. But there are no unexpected like injuries or anything like that during the fight. It's like, I know he's about to use all his power for that, but nothing's gonna happen.
I dropped that thing so hard. I basically threw it.
Well, it's not like I meant to drop God of High School, but like the updates got very slow, and then I just started waiting for the next chapter until I forgot that I was waiting for the next chapter, and I started reading something else.
Who's done with that? Yeah.
Anyway, we've been talking for a very long time.
Back to My Hero Academia. There's one last thing I have to say.
What?
One thing I liked about the first season of My Hero Academia, and I hope to continue with, is that unlike anime, I'm going to use Naruto as an example.
Go
again.
on.
Like Naruto, I just said how there was Rasengan, and if they got hit with a Rasengan, it was like, you're dead. They hyped Madara, and then he came. The power ceiling, that's what I'll say, like the ceiling, like the strongest the character could possibly be, kept going up and up and up. Yeah. And Madara came and got even higher. And
then you realize, there's actually someone stronger than that.
And then it just kept going and going, and it's like, now I don't know how to put it. It's like the same things from before are just pointless now.
In Boruto.
Like, many of them. And now it's the funny thing is that it's now power scaling, in quotes, in that a kick is still a kick, but depending on who kicks the kick is and it's not like as if the kick is going to show any visible damage, like AP and all this power scaling talk that I don't really like getting into. But one thing I like with Hero Academia is, and what I hope they do, is that they showed us All Might's they didn't show us his prime, so they can still go up
and build on that to show that okay, he was way stronger than this, because we've only seen injured All Might.
Yeah, like, but they did show us like him fighting at a very high level, so we know that like this is the level that our guy is kind of attaining for. Like we know that this is where he wants to go. Like
if Midoriya should get to this point, okay, then he has achieved something.
Then he can also pass or something. And I like that they did it like that. And they showed us really early, so we get a grasp of okay, what this series is going to be like. So that future. I don't know. I just hope that later on they don't bring All Might Shiki or Midoriya.
No, I think the problem I have with the Boruto thing, God.
And then they bring some characters, like destroying the planets or something. I'm like, bro, I just want to watch a guy.
We're going to have to do a whole. We're going to have to do a whole separate episode for like Power Systems, the Naruto / Boruto edition. Because if we get into that right now, this is never going to end.
Yeah, actually. Anywho, you've been listening to us talk for a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Emmanuel.
Clap for yourself. Emmanuel is a placeholder, actually. Emmanuel is a placeholder. I mean, there is an Emmanuel, but like most times we're talking about all of you.
Yeah, so
you are Emmanuel and Emmanuel.
It's like the fan base name for Otaku Scoop. You are the Emmanuels.
That's such a random name. Anywho, see you guys next week
on Otaku Scoop.
Yep, I have been Banana Warrior.
And I have been Renoa Lola Santoru.
Nope, that's
Onigiri.
Onigiri is like, anytime I hear onigiri, my mind goes to rice balls.
Yeah, because they are, but I think they're like Zoro's favorite, apart from sake, which is always drinking. So.
Oh, he's always drinking. I don't know.
Zoro's always drinking sake.
The long time I watch One Piece. I'm sorry.
Sake is to guys. Zoro what meat is to Luffy.
That's nice. Congrats to them.
Anywho.
Yeah, as we were saying, we're rounding up. Sorry.
Yeah, we were saying goodbye, and then you said we were saying.
See you guys next week. And yeah, don't forget, look both ways before you cross the street. Eat well. I don't know. Any other thing that
Johnny.
Eat apples or something. See you guys next week. Bye.